Hi everyone, welcome to this episode of my stock photography and stock videography earnings for March and April 2025. What have I been up to in March and April? Well, I've bought the Canon R8 and the Super Zoom Canon 24 to 240mm zoom lens, and I've been having a great time with it. Just not going anywhere out of the Netherlands, but just in my home patch and getting used to the camera and the lens and taking lots of photos and videos and also uploading a few. I'm really happy with the photo and video quality so far. It's got a full frame sensor, so the photos are a lot cleaner than my 70D crop sensor. But I'm having to get used to the shallower depth of field of a full frame camera. Whereas before with my crop sensor camera, if I wanted a deeper part of the photo that's in focus, I would put my crop sensor 70D on aperture f7.1. And I've learnt that this doesn't really work so much with my full frame sensor. And now I'm going for f10 and f11, whereas with my crop sensor I'd never do that because I'd think there would be some diffraction issues with the lens. So that's just a few things I've come across with my R8. And what else have I been up to? I've taken a week off work because it's school holidays as well, and I've been doing a lot of forest bathing. And I'm very lucky to live in this part of the Netherlands because where I'm located there are some really beautiful forest areas, and one is about half an hour's drive north, and even though the landscape is kind of man-made since the 17th or 16th century, the beautiful spring growth in these thickly vegetated forests just does something to your soul. So I've been really enjoying just wandering through these forests with my family. But you're not here to hear about my forest bathing habits, you'll hear about my earnings for stock photography and videography. And you may have noticed that I missed my earnings update for March. So here it is now. Start off with Shutterstock, and I had a really disappointing month in March for Shutterstock. I've been uploading a lot of assets to that agency, so it was doubly disappointing not to see that effort returned in earnings. I had 38 sales and no videos in March, and I only earned $15.18. On the other scale now, I had Adobestock, and that kind of evened things out against Shutterstock. And I had 48 sales with Adobestock. With Adobestock, I had 2 video sales, and one of those was one that I don't think I've sold before. Maybe a photo of it, but there were some flowers left on a beach, and I think a lot of people put the ashes of their loved ones who have departed into the sea, and I think they throw flowers in after the ashes. I think. I've never experienced this ritual myself, so I'm just guessing. But on the beach were some roses that were washed up, and waves were rolling gently in the background, and I made a video of that. And that video earned $5.60. Another video sale I had was while I was in Tasmania, and I was just staying at my mum's house, and behind her house is this deeply wooded hill, forested hill, and there was some weather rolling in from the Southern Ocean or the west of Tasmania, which gets a lot of cloud and rain, and it was like a cloud forest with these low clouds moving across the trees on this hill, so it almost looked like a tropical rainforest or maybe one of those rainforests in British Columbia. And that video earned $8.40. And I actually took that video on this little Panasonic FZ300, which was a nice surprise because a lot of those videos have been rejected by the stock agencies. And this video was at quite the long end of the lens, and it's not a very sharp lens, so I'm glad to see that first of all got accepted and secondly sold. Okay, on to Alamy now. Another disappointing month with Alamy, and I don't know what's going on with that agency. I had been having quite a bit of success with Alamy. My portfolio hasn't changed, so I'm just wondering if something has changed with Alamy in the market there. But zero sales for Alamy for March. Pond 5 now was a surprise video sale, and a couple of years ago I was testing out some cameras to replace my 70D crop sensor. And one of those cameras was the Canon R7 crop sensor mirrorless camera. And it's got really good video specs. The only thing I didn't like with that camera was its high resolution sensor, and getting glass for it would be kind of a complicated and expensive thing to do. That's part of the reason why I chose the R8 over the R7. Anyway, I was standing on top of a sand dune on a very stormy day, and out off the coast of the North Sea was some shipping. And behind that ship that was going out into the North Sea was some commercial freighters, and I think some windmills or some wind turbines behind that. I'm not sure if you could see that all in the video, but it was just a straight video of storm conditions on the North Sea, and that sold for $14.79 on Pond 5. As an editorial. Getty iStock had a slightly better month, and only one real highlight. The videos and photo sales were mostly pretty standard subjects and amounts that they earned, but one photo was of a VW car that had been stripped of its parts, and that sold for $16.30. So that subject, where I was walking down the beach one day and parked in the beach car park, was a car that had the front of its body stripped off of all the body parts, including the bonnet and I think the grille. And thieves had stolen those parts, and I guess they sell them to people or markets elsewhere in Europe if they get a demand for such and such parts. Then they go out, look for the model, and then pinch all the parts off that car. So that was an editorial photo, and all up for Getty iStock I earned $28.53. In total for March, I made $111.22. If this video is helpful to you in any way, please give it a like, and that will help my channel immensely and motivate me to make more videos like this. Thank you very much for that. Okay, let's get on to April's sales now. And April was a little bit more successful than March. And I had some more success with Shutterstock for April as well, which was a nice surprise. We'll start off with Adobestock, and I had 37 sales of photos but no videos, which was pretty disappointing this month. There were a few highlights as well, but I did sell a number of new photos that I've uploaded. One of those photos was of a pile of reading glasses that we have stacked around the house. I'm over 50 now and I work on a computer most days, and it hasn't done any favours to my eyesight. So we've accumulated a lot of these pairs of glasses, and I just gathered them all together and put them on a white background and took flat lay photos and also shallow depth of field photos from the side. And I sold 2 of those photos on Adobestock. I think just standard prices as well, whether it was 66 cents or 99 cents, I'm not sure. I also sold a sort of semi-macro photo of a honeydew plant, which is a carnivorous plant that secretes a sugary liquid and attracts flies and insects, and then traps those insects and consumes their body fluids to sustain it. Grim as hell. So that was a new upload from an old photo I took when I visited the botanical garden of Leiden. Another new upload was a row of truck cabs or semi-trailer cabs that I saw one day, and I've always for some reason wanted to get a photo of all of these trucks parked next to each other in a nice neat row. And I finally got that photo a month or so ago and uploaded it, and that sold as well, so I'm happy about that. And I also sold 2 photos of a new bridge that was being constructed while I was in Tasmania, which is quite a big deal for the region of Hobart and its surrounds. All those photos were just the standard Adobe prices of 99 cents or less. So in total I earned $24.85 for Adobestock in April. Nothing in Alamy for April. I haven't sold anything in Alamy since February of this year. So I'm going to have to really look into why that is. I've made a video about my Alamy sales, so it's kind of disheartening to see that the same portfolio that's had that success last year has really crumbled this year. I don't know if Alamy are upset with me for giving away the secrets, or there's something going on with their market. But my portfolio is the same. Pond 5 as well, no sales for April. We'll get into Getty iStock, and I did sell a video of some giant kelp that was lying on the beach of Tasmania on the east coast, and the ocean there is warming up due to climate change, and it's killing the kelp. So it's washing up on the beach, and it's having a devastating effect on the wildlife and the environment that depends on it. So I made a video of the ocean movement behind the kelp, but that video only sold for 83 cents. I did sell another video that earned more, a commercial video as well, and that's of some seashells on the shore with the water rolling in behind it, or the motion of the waves, and that made $9.37. For photos there was no special sales really, so I only made $21.16 for Getty iStock in April. For Shutterstock I have 3,094 photos, so my portfolio is growing slowly, and I'm happy that it's gone over the 3,000 asset mark for photos. I'm just watching a tree creeper crawl up a tree in this beautiful park. Don't see them very often, so it's a nice surprise. And my portfolio for video for Shutterstock is 346 videos, which is growing more slowly. I've been trying to focus more on videos, but obviously it is taking more time for me to do that. I had 47 sales, and of those sales 5 were video sales, so I had a pretty good month on average for Shutterstock in April. For pictures we had some flowers of daffodils, and I sold a commercial image of daffodils, low angle blue sky background. That earned me $4.31, And another commercial sale of a random photo of a leather apron, which a lot of food truck operators use, and that earned me $3.20. Quite a busy month for video. First of all, I had another sale, a commercial video of a big fat toad waddling along the road. That was a road in the dunes close by my house, and that earned me $9.48 as a commercial video taken by my phone in 4K 60p. And I had a great video sale of an editorial subject, and that's of that VW car being stripped of parts. I think it's a vertical pan shot where I just pan my phone downwards from the bonnet of the car or the hood to the grille, slow pan, and that earned me $24.30. So I'm really happy with that subject, that I thought of videoing it and photographing it to get twice as much revenue potential for that subject. And also that my brain works that, oh, that's unusual, get a photo and video of that. What else did I get? I also starting to do videos of more static subjects. I've been watching TV, and I've been watching a lot of programs that use stock footage, and to my surprise, a lot of these programs use video clips of just like a city skyline or a subject where there is actually no movement. But obviously the program needs a video establishing shot. They're not going to use just a photo. So I was up on Mount Wellington behind Hobart one day, and I can't remember if I used my phone or this Panasonic. I think it was my phone. And I think I just held my camera as still as I could and took a video of a little bit of the foreground of the mountain and just the city of Hobart below. There was no specific movement in the photo that was obvious. So that was, I think I made it a commercial photo, and that earned me $5.90. So sometimes static shots can be used by customers for establishing shots in their programs. Finally, a sad subject, a nature video, but I sold 2 commercial videos of a harbour porpoise that was washed up on the beach, dead, unfortunately. Whether it was pollution or disease or plastic or a bycatch from fishermen, I'm not sure why the porpoises were dead on the beach. But those 2 videos earned me $10.79 each as commercial. All up for Shutterstock, I earned $85.35, of which $53 of that total was from video. Okay, if anything in this video is helpful to you or interesting, please give it a like, and that will help me out immensely. Thanks very much again. Okay, in total for my month of April, I earned $130, and I think the Shutterstock video sales really saved my month this time. If it hadn't have been for those, I think 5 video sales, it would have been a very average month. But you know, I've made the videos, they've sold, so we have to accept this good luck while we can, or I have to. I don't know if you guys had good luck or bad luck in March and April. I look forward to hearing all about it, and I wish you guys an excellent May. All the best. Bye.